My name is Javed Khan. Today I'll show you computer parts. System fan. A computer fan is any fan inside, or attached to, a computer case used for active cooling. Fans are used to draw cooler air into the case from the outside, expel warm air from inside and move air across a heatsink to cool a particular component. Both axial and sometimes centrifugal, blower/squirrel cage, fans are used in computers. Computer fans commonly come in standard sizes, and are powered and controlled using 3-pin or 4-pin fan connectors. Power supply. A power supply unit or PSU, the component that supplies power to a computer. Most personal computers can be plugged into standard electrical outlets. The power supply then pulls the required amount of electricity and converts the AC current to DC current. It also regulates the voltage to eliminate spikes and surges common in most electrical systems. Not all power supplies, however, do an adequate voltage regulation job, so a computer is always susceptible to large voltage fluctuations. Power supplies are rated in terms of the number of watts they generate. The more powerful the computer, the more watts it can provide to components. Motherboard. A motherboard, also called main board, main circuit board, system board, baseboard, planar board, logic board 1 and MOBO, is the main printed circuit board, PCB, in general-purpose computers and other expandable systems. It holds, and allows communication between, many of the crucial electronic components of a system, such as the central processing unit, CPU, and memory, and provides connectors for other peripherals. A motherboard usually contains significant subsystems, such as the central processor, the chipset's input/output and memory controllers, interface connectors, and other components integrated for general use. Floppy disk. A floppy disk, also known as a floppy, diskette, or simply disk, is a type of disk storage composed of a disk of thin and flexible magnetic storage medium, sealed in a rectangular plastic enclosure lined with fabric that removes dust particles. Floppy disks are read and written by a floppy disk drive, FDD. Processor, CPU. A central processing unit, CPU, also called a central processor or main processor, is the electronic circuitry within a computer that executes instructions that make up a computer program. The CPU performs basic arithmetic, logic, controlling, and input/output, I/O, operations specified by the instructions in the program. The computer industry used the term central processing unit as early as 1955. Traditionally, the term CPU refers to a processor, more specifically to its processing unit and control unit, CU, distinguishing these core elements of a computer from external components such as main memory and I/O circuitry. Heatsink. A heatsink, also commonly spelled heatsink, is a passive heat exchanger that transfers the heat generated by an electronic or a mechanical device to a fluid medium, often air or a liquid coolant, where it is dissipated away from the device, thereby allowing regulation of the device's temperature. In computers, heat sinks are used to cool CPUs, GPUs, and some chipsets and RAM modules. Heat sinks are used with high-power semiconductor devices such as power transistors and optoelectronics such as lasers and light-emitting diodes, LEDs, where the heat dissipation ability of the component itself is insufficient to moderate its temperature. Hard drive. A hard disk drive, HDD, hard disk, hard drive, or fixed disk is an electromechanical data storage device that uses magnetic storage to store and retrieve digital data using one or more rigid rapidly rotating platters coated with magnetic material. The platters are paired with magnetic heads, usually arranged on a moving actuator arm, which read and write data to the platter surfaces. Data is accessed in a random access manner, meaning that individual blocks of data can be stored and retrieved in any order. HDDs are a type of non-volatile storage, retaining stored data even when powered off. Optical drive. In computing, an optical disk drive, OD, is a disk drive that uses laser light or electromagnetic waves within or near the visible light spectrum as part of the process of reading or writing data to or from optical disks. Some drives can only read from certain disks, but recent drives can both read and record, also called burners or writers, since they physically burn the organic dye on write-once CDR, DVD-R, and BD-R disks. Compact discs, DVDs, and Blu-ray discs are common types of optical media which can be read and recorded by such drives. RAM modules. In computing, a memory module or RAM stick is a printed circuit board on which memory integrated circuits are mounted. Memory modules permit easy installation and replacement in electronic systems, especially computers such as personal computers, workstations, and servers. The first memory modules were proprietary designs that were specific to a model of computer from a specific manufacturer. Later, memory modules were standardized by organizations such as JEDEC and could be used in any system designed to use them.